You see, yeah, these are people from Africa. So they're having the conference for.
So in the past, that is what has been happening. Religious country, agricultural country. Now it has added on peaceful country. It had three: agricultural, religious, and power of Africa. Now it has added on the fourth one, which is peace. So you can wrap it up and say RAP. R-A-P-P. That is what Uganda is now today. It has just been baptized. Why? Because of the peace that is prevailing. Now, tomorrow's meeting is geared at two things. One, Afric as a society has got its annual general meeting, and it is to be held tomorrow. Afric has been existing in the way it has been existing, and because it has been existing in the way it has been existing, it has got a friend in place, and that is by remembering that agriculture is one of the most important elements in the life of any nation. And here, Uganda, before it got independence, when it got independence, it had three crops. That's coffee, cotton, and tobacco, if not tea. But what has happened in the way it has happened, that you go around and you don't see one of the crops enshrined in the constitution. So we're wondering, as Afric, that what happened to cotton. Now, as we were wondering like that, surprisingly, man is man because of man. Mr. Matete called on me in my house at Mile 4. He wanted to see how I was. Then he said, Muzei, what are you doing? I said, we have a society. And we talked. He said, I'm going to go there. Then he came up by enriching on the idea of cotton, because he has ever taken a course in Greece. So that was the start. When you are faced with a problem, never keep it to yourself alone. Shout out, and then you will get assistance. This evening, our vice chairman broke down when he had gone out to ease himself. He had to shout, and we had. Then we rushed. We have taken him to the hospital, and because man is man, we have handed him to another man. But not forgetting God. Surely. If you allow me to speak, and
I was hosted by our consular in Greece. She made some coffee for me. She talked to me. She said, where did you get the guts to come here? I said, but I saw your number and I called you. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't just come. They said, so what do you want to do? what are you doing? I told her I was a student. So how do you want me to relate with you? I said, I want investors from Greece. Because I've had investors from Japan. They have come to Uganda and they built a building in Bududa, a technical school building in Bududa. I went to Sweden. I brought the Swedes. We started a club called the Mbale Tigers Table Tennis Club. It is still running, for most of you who know that. And then I do other things, but I wanted to mention only those ones from Greece. From Greece, the person who's interested in this came along with our consular of Greece called Alexandraki Vasiliki. She's a lady, she's our consular of Uganda in Greece. So she came along with that gentleman called Petros Dialamas. Petros was very keen with the cotton because he has a long history in cotton development. He has worked with the World Bank in Egypt, in Sudan, and Central Asia. He already sent to me a copy of the power presentation, which we hope you access tomorrow during the general meeting. Why I'm here is to request the government of Uganda to support the initiative of revival of cotton in Uganda, because we know that there's cotton production, but it's at a small scale. But we are all looking at how we can make cotton a commercial crop, a crop that can be, its products can be used when value has been added to them, or to that crop or cotton. So the value added to cotton can be cotton oil, it can be cotton yarn, it can be fertilizers. There are so many byproducts. So we are appealing to government to support Afric Co-operative Society, morally first of all, morally. Because there are new crops which are being introduced and they are being prioritized. So me, I'm thinking that if the president and the ministers and they are convinced about the existence of cotton growing, because actually it is there. The cotton department is giving seeds with the support of, I think, the GINAs. They are giving incentives to cotton farmers. So I think that since cotton has been in Uganda for all these years, most of the people I've talked to, they say we're educated because our parents grew cotton. So there's a trail, there's a history about cotton growing, and our appeal is to the government to support us morally, as I said first, but secondly, they can also support innovations, because there's a budget for scientific innovation. I read about that. So we can have support from government because we are innovating. This is an old crop. It is not popular. I'm told a farmer, I went in the field to do some research. The farmers were telling me they are paid 1,750. I think the worst case scenario. But our expert, who does projects with the World Bank, with the experience he has had in those other countries, he has brought technical expertise, how to treat the seed, and he has said it to me many times that there's a way he can produce 3 times the production which is current.
That is very good.
She said that, he said that. But now I'm saying, okay, let's look at twice. Let's not look at 3 times. Let's look at twice. At least our farmers should get 3,500 shillings per kilogram of cotton. I can put my neck there for, if you want to cut it. But that's what I'm communicating to government, but also communicating to the private sector. We have so many people. You know, the government has a policy of private sector development. Like now, we are the ones running the economy. So if the government is not running the cotton production as efficiently as we would want it to be done, then they should give it to us with the Petros Dialamas who is an expert. That's my request. So if we have a government of Uganda promoting private sector development, why not with cotton? Because we already have a history. But also, the cotton oil. Petros told me cotton oil is high value oil, which fetches a lot of money if you export it. So the president, our dear president, said we should not export raw material. We have agro-industrialization. So if we have cotton being produced by a few people, and a few people are involved, now why do you not support, or morally support, or financially support, or through infrastructure support to Afric Co-operative Society, so that we increase the volumes of cotton produced and also increase the quality of the cotton produced, and also we add value to the byproducts of cotton. So I'm here to support Afric Co-operative Society, and I've boosted them morally because I've given them hope that what they are doing makes a lot of sense to me as a person who is a scholar and also who has been with the society or community. And I would like to now appeal to the private sector also. There are those people who are producing handmade clothes. They do the knitting, they do handlooms. Yes. And I heard the president say, I think it would be good for us to support handlooms in those skilling hubs. Yes. So why don't we lobby with the government and say, please, for us in Teso, Bugisu and Bukedi, we want to produce cotton, please buy our cotton, and we produce the cotton yarn and it is used in your hubs. I don't think he can refuse. Secondly, because we're adding value to it. Secondly, we're saying, let's not export cotton, raw cotton, because that's what I've read in the literature. That much of the cotton which is produced is exported by the Indians, who are our brothers and sisters, which is okay. But now I'm saying, okay, we can still support the Indians or owners of gineries to produce more cotton than before, so that our farmers get some more money. That's the first point. But secondly, we would like to implore on the Indians or anybody involved in the cotton production to look at the end products, and we export the end products like the textiles, cotton textiles. Because now the market for purely cotton products is very high. And the government of Uganda is in debt. I want to also say this, that government of Uganda is in debt. We can also contribute to solving that problem of the debt. Yes, by increasing the export of the final products, and then we service our debts. Yes. So I think that is the main thing I really wanted to communicate in this meeting. Why I'm going to be in the general meeting tomorrow, and also communicate this to the members from Teso, Bukedi and Bugisu, that we are not just here to try and impress anybody. No, we are trying to contribute to the economic development of our country in the exports of value-added products, and also to attending to the debts which our country has. We can contribute to that. And finally, we are going to create jobs for our youth. So many youth in the hubs. In the hubs now, skilling hubs, they need more jobs. Then we need more income. The farmers need more income. We have service providers, those who store the cotton, those who transport the cotton, those who gin the cotton. All those people are going to get more money from our intervention. And the budget of Uganda, I think, provides for supporting innovative, like I said earlier, innovative companies and individuals, and they're also promoting science and technology, because in this cotton seed production, the Petros says he's going to make it produce 3 times. But I've said, okay, let's talk about 2 times. But 3 times is good. So finally, I thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving me the opportunity to coordinate MCAT company activities in Uganda. MCAT does not do only cotton. Actually, it does all other grains. They can treat the grains and they germinate faster. They grow faster, and then we have a bigger volume. Like if we have 1 kilo of cotton, we shall start having 2 kilos. So we want to start from there. Then our people, I think in the districts of Teso, Bukedi and Bugisu, I've been there personally. I've been to Teso. They are growing cotton. I've been there. I think I'll make a kind of a presentation. We show some slides that the Teso people are growing cotton. The people of Bugisu here are growing cotton. I've been to all of them. The people of Bukedi, they are growing cotton.
Yes.
So why don't we support these farmers? Then we also encourage those who have a lot of land to do commercial cotton farming. Because commercial cotton farming can also create more jobs. It creates more, it produces more cotton, you know, and we can have more byproducts with the value added to them. So thank you very much for this.
So, you know, cotton can be very, very useful. And this theme of tomorrow is actually to see how or to revive cotton production in Eastern Uganda. I personally come from East Uganda and just the next district, and I have grown up in cotton. After my university studies, my first place of employment was actually in cotton research, Namlonge. So I have been associated with the cotton for quite a long time, and this was as early as 1979. So cotton in Uganda is not a new thing. And this is a research station which was developed by the Europeans who were here. The British, to be specific, were here. We had the Namlonge Research Station. After having the Namlonge Research Station, it was particularly to grow cotton and to look at cotton growing in Uganda. Then the other research stations were there, like Serere, like what, but this was earmarked specifically for cotton growing. Though it was in Namlonge, but most of the cotton was being grown in eastern and northern Uganda by then. So please, the revival of cotton as the theme of tomorrow's work by the Afric Co-operative Society Limited is in line with the Uganda's development in Eastern Uganda, which you can see in Eastern Uganda. When cotton went off as one of the products, you know, with time it deteriorated, but it has not totally, it has not all gone off. Cotton is still being grown, except it's being grown on a very small scale, and the price is not very conducive. So you find that people are not enthusiastic. But when you look at, say, the districts near here, districts of Butebu, districts of Butaleja, districts of Busia, they grow cotton. Except this cotton is not being properly marketed. And therefore the farmer finds not encouraged enough to grow cotton. But when I was moving with my friends who coming from Kenya. You know, they told me actually they are running their factories on Ugandan cotton. And when I came and did some research, I realized that they come and enter into Uganda, of course, which is a good spirit, I mean East African spirit. And they pay farmers better. So the farmers sell them cotton compared to our price, which is slated here. Now the revival of cotton, we want the cotton to be vibrant, the cotton industry, to be very vibrant, as it used to be. When I was growing up, cotton industry was very, very vibrant.